So today we are going to make ANZAC biscuits during our isolation eats session. Very, very popular in New Zealand this time of year, and we're trying today to make it gluten-free and dairy-free. So the process is exactly the same, it's just the ingredients vary slightly. So I've got a cup here of amaranth flakes and quinoa flakes. I know I've used quinoa flakes instead of oats several times for other recipes, so I'm hoping it'll work out nicely in this one. And the amaranth has quite a nutty texture flavour, so hopefully that'll bring the same element. And then I've got half a cup of buckwheat flour, a cup of coconut, just the same. I'm going to mix those all together because they're what we call our dry ingredients. And the coconut, and stir those together because everything else goes into the saucepan, and then these just get put in at the end for the body of it. So they're mixed together. And then in my saucepan, which I'm lighting now, I've got 60 grams of Allergy. I did toy with the idea of doing trying to do a more healthy version and use coconut oil and coconut sugar and maybe some agave syrup. But I think the treacle or the golden syrup is a really important flavour, so we're going to leave it in. So to the butter, I'm adding a tablespoon, a good sized tablespoon of golden syrup. Just let that run off. Scrape it off. It still surprises me here, when I was growing up in the UK and we used to cook, the golden syrup it was really difficult to get out on a spoon every time, so when it just pours out I'm always still a little bit amazed. So then I'm going to add in here my sugar. I've got 3/4 of a cup of sugar there, and then I've got about 2 tablespoons of water that I'm putting in as well. I've got my trusty wooden spoon. I'm just going to, helps if the flame comes on. Woo. Don't try that at home. Bit of a gas build-up there. But we'll get those mixed together, and then I'll show you it'll be a lovely golden colour. And I must remember then to put the baking soda in. So we'll get this heated up and then I'll give you another look. A few bits of the margarine still there, so we'll just keep pushing that around, get that to melt. And I'm poised with my baking soda. So there we have it, everything's melted and dissolved. Hopefully you can see that in the pan there. Turn that off. Nice golden mixture. And just before we add our dry ingredients, I'm going to pop in our half teaspoon of baking soda. Let me go and that foam up a little bit. Stir that all through, and then we add our dry ingredients. Just pull that out of the way. And you'll see. So it'll all just come together. And then I've prepared the baking sheet. And we're just going to spoon balls, about the size of a walnut really, onto the tray. Leave plenty of space around them, so because they will sprawl out as they cook. And then we'll put those in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. And we'll see if they taste as good as the real one, which I will show you here. We've got some. So there are ANZAC biscuits. You get 12, but somehow they've gone missing, and I did put some pecans in, a few of them, because I had some pecans left over from my dessert that I'd made. So there are ANZAC cookies, the original ones. So here we are now. I'm just going to, excuse me, pop these onto the tray, just balls of mix really. And allowing them space to spread out. I mean, if they touch at the end of the day, it's not going to be a disaster because you'll just cut around it with a knife. I'm sure they'll still get eaten. got my 12 and I'm just going to top a few of them up. Yeah, ones at the beginning didn't get as much on. And there we have it. So I'm just going to pop those in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes. In actual fact, with my oven, I'm going to turn them halfway through because I seem to have some uneven cooking. So it's always a plan if your oven isn't really rotating all the heat around it. So we'll give that a whirl.